Hello from Myrtle Beach. Today we are at the Coastal Grand Mall, which is a really nice mall here in the Myrtle Beach area. We're going to give you a tour, show you everything they have and everything that's new here. Hi, I'm Carmen. If you're new here, we cover everything Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area. If you're a return viewer, welcome back. We are so glad to have you with us. So a big store we have here is the H&M. It's fairly new. It opened a few years ago, but it's a large sort of clothing store. Let me know in the comments, do you like shopping at H&M? Let me know. We've been in there a few times and we've not been able to find anything for ourselves. So maybe we're the wrong demographic. I just don't know. There's a really huge Victoria's Secret. And if you see some of the stores closed, they are not permanently closed. The mall actually opens at 10 a.m. and it is 10:22 a.m. right now. However, not all the stores open at 10, some open at 11, which I find odd. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with that. Like if I was in town at Myrtle Beach and I looked up that the mall opens at 10, it's on their official website, I would expect all the stores to be open. That's just me. And 11 seems kind of late to me for things to open up. But anyway, that's how it is. So that's just a heads up from us to you. So I wouldn't come till 11 if you want everything to be open. This is a great rainy day activity, by the way. So here's one that's actually a new store. So this really is not open yet. This is a menswear store that's coming soon. So that is replacing, they used to sort of have, it was goods for sort of southern-based goods. So that's replacing that. This Windsor is fairly new, that's over here. By the way, you'll see people walking. The mall does even open before 10. I don't know exactly what time for walkers. And it's a pretty big mall. So you can get some mileage in here if you do, a few loops. And there's another clothing store there. And by the way, this is the Yankee Candle, the only one that's in this immediate area. There are other ones around, but this is the main Yankee Candle. There used to be one at Broadway at the beach, but it is no longer there. Right down here, we've got one of the anchor stores, JCPenney's. By the way, if you're finding this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up or a like. That really helps other people find our video, and we greatly appreciate that. One great thing about this mall, we're going to show you all the entertainment they have. It's not just shopping, they actually have entertainment. They have a Stars and Strikes, which we'll show you, which is a huge arcade, bowling alley. They do birthday parties, they have axe throwing, they have a bar, they have a restaurant. It's huge. It's kind of Dave and Buster-ish, if you've been to a Dave and Buster's. It reminds me of that, except that they have the bowling and the axe throwing, which is different. But they have a huge arcade, and then they also have a giant, really nice movie theater, the kind with the recliners and that kind of thing. Really nice. They're Simply Southern. I know that's popular with a lot of people. There's a lot of great stores here, and this mall is in excellent shape. They maintain it very well, and there's also a ton of things in this immediate area to do. This is very near the airport, if you're familiar with the Myrtle Beach airport, and there is also, if you sort of go across the street, there's a Costco, there's a Best Buy, there's a Total Wine. I mean, there's just so much stuff in this area, I can't even list it all. So we're in a very, if you want to do some shopping, there's a Michael's, there's all kinds of stuff across the street. So in addition to this mall, there's tons of stuff, but also right in the parking lot of this mall, there are a bunch of restaurants, eateries, both fast food and, sit down type restaurants. There's Red Lobster, there's a Chipotle, there's just all kinds of stuff, Abuelo's, all kinds of stuff that you can eat here, not just inside the mall, but outside the mall as well in the parking lot area of the mall. Huge outdoor area. There's an Ulta outside, all kinds of things. So now we're coming to the first end. Don't go anywhere where there's a whole lot more to this mall, but we're coming to the first end. We're going to turn around, show you the other side, but we're also going to show you those other entertainment options that I mentioned as well. And so here's the Belk, which is another major anchor store for the mall. This is where the old Sears was. I do wish something would move in there, but they haven't yet. But this is brand new. This is exciting. This is a new popcorn store that has opened up here. So we finally have something in this spot. It looks fun. I like the sort of tropical Hawaiian looking, but lots and lots of options here. Just let you check out. You can always pause it if you need more time to read, but that's pretty cool. We're back in the middle now. There's the Starbucks. You might have seen that when we first started. It's always popular. There's usually people sitting out here, always people getting stuff. And then we're gonna go down here to show you the Stars and Stripes in the restaurant district. There's also an Old Navy this way. So if you keep going this way and walk out those doors, that's a lot of those outdoor things that I mentioned. I'll go down here and show you the sign, but there's a bunch of restaurants out there. That's why it's called, I don't know if you can read the sign because some of the letters are out, but it says Restaurant District. So this is where you want to go out, but that's also where the Ulta is. The huge Old Navy here on the right. This is a massive store. And then the Stars and Stripes, I mentioned, that's that huge arcade that has the axe throwing, the bowling, the regular games. Like I said, they host birthday parties, they have a bar, they have a restaurant. And then also outside is a Books A Million, Texas Roadhouse, Abuelo's that I mentioned before, Little Tokyo Steakhouse and Sushi. And then, like I said, there's so much more out there as well. Here's a layout of the mall in case you're interested. So we went down to the Belk Inn. We're now gonna go the other way, but I just wanted to show you, and you can see the things that are outside there. And then here is the list. I know this is gonna be so hard to read, but you can pause it or you can just pull this up on their website. Back to the middle for a reference point here. We're gonna go down the other wing of the mall and show you what they have. And then we're gonna go to the food court, which has 2 new places in the food court, which is exciting, and also show you that amazing movie theater that we both think it's the best one in this entire area. So if you're here on vacation, you want to go to the movies, we would definitely recommend coming here. Plus you're going to have a ton of restaurant options to eat either before or after your movie, so it's just a good spot to come for that. So most of these stores you're seeing here have been here at least for a bit, although that one right straight across, I think that's new. I don't remember seeing that the last time we were here. But yeah, that's the other thing that's great. We don't have a bunch of those empty, vacant stores that you see. Like, what's your mall like where you live? Where we used to live, we had one mall completely close up and other malls just weren't doing so well. This one's doing great. Now there's another mall in Myrtle Beach that's up by North Myrtle Beach. That's where the new Guy Fieri restaurant is going in. And yes, we've had requests to go film that again, and we will absolutely do that. But that mall is struggling. We're hoping the new Guy Fieri restaurant will help that, as you know, once that moves in and opens up. That's going to be pretty cool. It's not just going to be a restaurant, it's actually going to have entertainment as well. I think like an arcade and stuff. Like it's pretty interesting concept. I think he has other ones open as well. So if you've been to one, leave it in the comments and let us know. But yeah, we do have a video on that where we show that, and we will definitely do an update on that. We definitely need to. There's JB, Champs. By the way, there are so many sports and shoe stores here. If you like shoes, you like sports, especially like on the sports shoes variety, you'll be happy here. There are a lot of those stores here in this mall. And of course, you've got we've already passed it, but the Hot Topic and the box lunch and all the pop culture stuff as well, which is fun. One of you mentioned you miss, I guess, FYE. I don't know if that's FI or FYE. We miss it too. We actually like that store. That was fun to go into, but it's not here anymore. There's Aunt Annie's and Cinnabon, and let me tell you, you need the smell-o-vision. I can smell it. It smells so good. Get a little close-up of Cinnabon here. I mean, look at that. Little bitty cinnamon rolls, and then big ones. Smells so good. There's Rue 21. And then you've got Man Cave and GameStop. We always wonder what keeps these game stores in business. I know they sell other things other than games. We used to go to there all the time when we were younger, when you actually went and physically got your video games, but now we get everything online. There is Dick's Sporting Goods, and it's huge, and they've added this whole other section in their store called Golf Galaxy. So if you're here for golfing, definitely check that out for sure. And then you've got perfume and a few other stores here. And then Dillards is the other huge anchor store here, and they do open at 11. So it's now 10:47, just giving you the time, so they're still not open yet. And then there's Crunch Fitness. They took over the old Bed Bath and Beyond location. So that's a big gym that took, because that was a huge store, so that took over that part of it. Let's check out the food court and the 2 new eateries. Heading to the food court, here's Pandora. I want to mention that because I know that is really popular. And then they do actually have another small arcade. It's usually open though, so it makes me wonder if they're gonna shut that down because it's usually open by now. But Stars and Strikes is usually open too, and it wasn't open yet, so I don't know. Everyone's hours are constantly changing. And then you've got customized teas, but I wanna just sort of give you, we'll get past the sign so you can see better, a panoramic view. They have a really lovely food court. It really is nice. Look at here in the middle where you can see it. So, and then there's some stores on this side and the movie theaters in the back corner. I'll show you all of this. So just the stores real quick. This Sugarlicious is brand new. It's sugar dipped fruit, smoothies, juices, all that kind of stuff. That is brand new right there. Just opened since our last video. And then you've got a few stores that you can see over there, but let's go by the food. So since it's not quite lunchtime, it's not busy in here right now because it's still a little before 11. There's Chick-fil-A, always enjoy Chick-fil-A. Sbarro, China Experience. And then you've got Philly Steaks. Let me go a little further out so you can see it. Charlie's Philly Steaks, Wings Company. And then over here is the other new food place, Chuck Wagon. And we looked at the menu when we came in and it looks really good. It's a bunch of hot dogs, you got deputy dogs, burgers, utter sandwiches, taters. I mean, this looks really tasty to me. And then down here, you've got the Japanese restaurant that's not new, that's been there for a while. And then let's take a look. There is Space Battle over here, but let's head over to the cinema so you can see what that looks like. Like I said, it's a really, really nice one. So there, that gives you an idea of what the cinema looks like. Right next to the movie theater is another new location, Exotic Snack Guys, if I could talk. And it looks like they've got all kinds of cool, like, you know, your import snacks, that kind of thing. So we'll take a little look here. All kinds of treats, yeah. So you got some interesting flavors. Pretty cool. If you'd like to learn more about Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area, be sure to click on the video on your screen right now. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.